This is to certify that movie
Twats
has been classified for live streaming.
Hello and welcome back to Movie Chat. I'm Steve. Little Steve has just joined us here. Sorry, we had a bit of a technical difficulty starting the show this evening. That's what we get for having a week off last week, I think. Are you there, mate?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. No.
1 sec.
Oh, we're going all DJ Little Steve, are we?
Let me just make sure I've got the mic set up right. 1 second.
I can hear you.
You can hear me all right? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Can you hear me?
How is everyone? How are we all doing?
There you go.
Yeah, I forgot I had the headphones plugged into the mic. So I was like, I can't hear it.
Yeah, I'm all right. How's your week?
It's all right. I'm getting better now. I've about 4 days into these antibiotics, so I'm feeling a bit better. Thank you. How's everybody else? How's your week been, mate?
Good. Yeah. So who have we got in the chat tonight? Not as busy as last week, to be fair. Still busy, but not as busy as last week. Last week I just spent all week getting shouted at by customers or members of the public or somebody like that, and it just by the end of the week it just got to me, and I was just like, you know what, me head just fried from everything. Threw me phone over the other side of the room and just chilled out for the couple of days. It was a good plan. Worked well. Yeah.
Yeah, just been sort of trying to relax in the house a bit and, you know, get myself better, really. But I've sort of watched a couple of things this week, which was good, just to chill out. Yeah, DJ Steve in the house. Well, I've just been watching back Bowl Finds' little stream with the one and only Chris Hayden on there, as he's in the chat. Mr. Whatnot himself. Yeah.
Well, it was Chris on another stream.
Yeah, he was the spokesperson for Whatnot. He was on there. Yeah, big. Apparently he's quite big on there, I've heard.
Yeah. So who have we got in the chat then? We've got Rob from the Bounty Joe. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us. Some bloke, Gareth Video Tasties. I don't know who that is. Good evening, Ali. Thank you for joining us, my dear. Hope you're okay. Mr. Hayden is in. Evening. Thank you for joining us, Chris. If you're watching and not said hello, or I take it we've got 4 people watching. And 4 people...
We're kind of a big deal now, you know. These 4 people.
We're getting there. We are getting there. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So, Little Steve, we have been spoilt by your videos this week. So we've had 2 in so many weeks. Have you got any more in store for us?
I might put out another little one. Let's say it's just, I mean, you could tell on the last one, you know, I sort of started it and I was a bit struggling, you know, so I wanted to try and get something out there, but I was just, like I say, with the chest infection, it was just a nightmare. But I'm trying to try and get some more out. Yeah, why not? I've got some more stuff coming. hopefully. So yeah.
I'm surprised you're not facing the other way because on your videos you've got the Blu-ray wall behind you and it looks quite a good backdrop.
Yeah, well, my desk is this way, so I've got the stand for the tablet.
Yeah. My question to you is that are you going to build out of the corner and then towards the door?
Yeah, I might do. It's just whether or not I can maintain that shelving at the top. I might have to not put another shelving in and then do the rest of the wall, so it won't be as high. But yeah, it feels a lot better in here now just because I've got that room. It sounds weird, but it just feels a lot better that it's all in some order as well. I mean, I've still got all my Disney stuff here and my Marvel and TV shows, but having that organization on this side, I just need to look at this. That's all I need to do. Go on, what were you saying? What were you saying, Steve? Right, I think Steve has maybe frozen. I'm not sure. So just can you see us? Can you see me now?
No,
is it you? Is it?
Yeah, it's me. 2 seconds.
I don't know. It's all right, guys. So yeah, I'll tell you what.
The laptop's not. The laptop doesn't get used from 1 week to the next.
So it's doing updates in the background. So while he's sorting that out, I had a couple of little wins this week. I ordered this actually online. It cost me about £3, I think. But I watched this week, which is The Girl, which is about the Tippi Hedren, who was one of Alfred Hitchcock's main women when it came to his movies. Sienna Miller's in it and Tubby Jones. But I'd seen it advertised. It's a BBC production, I think, actually, as well. It says BBC. But I sat down and watched that this week. I'm a big fan of Alfred Hitchcock, as you're all aware. So I wanted to give this one a go because I've got a few movies now that are based on Alfred Hitchcock. But yeah, I've enjoyed that this week. That's one thing I watched this week. Is hey up a second. We have a guest in the chat. There he is. How you doing, bud?
From a hotel room with a bit of art on the wall.
Oh, look at you from a hotel room.
Still a boring background.
Look at that with your Hugh Hefner.
My hair, what's going on? And my buildable bar that I've made.
That's amazing.
It's a corner.
That is really cool. I think
when I obviously because it was down to views. You have to have a certain amount of views or the 1,000 subscribers. And when I joined, that company sent me a message saying you're entitled to one of 4 different freebies. And I think they made 1,000 of the buttons, the Lego ones, and it took a month to turn up.
That's really cool. That I was, it's different. Yeah, I was quite surprised. It's how long did it take you then? Was it about 5 seconds to build it?
It took a bit of time. Getting the bits clipped together. It comes with 2 bags, but it comes with full instructions. So I might post every page online, so people potentially could buy the parts to build it. Because I've not seen one before.
No, that is cool. So what are you up to then? Anyway, you're in a hotel room
in Ealing.
Ealing,
down south. We've got a baby show tomorrow, so we're gonna spend some money there, maybe on a pram, and just get prepared.
Sounds like you're really excited about it.
Yeah, it's. I said the wife's just stared me out. Then, yeah, I'm really excited. You see what I mean? I'm so excited. It's not like it seemed like I said to her as a joke. It's like a Comic-Con film area, but for baby stuff. So it's like an uncool Comic-Con.
Is that how she sold it to you? Was she like, yeah, it's like Comic-Con?
Kind of. There's my partner. my second partner. Mr.
There he
Ilves.
is.
That's what I said to you the other week, though, Rob, when you mentioned you were going to these
Oh, was
baby
it?
shows. You've gone from toy conventions and Comic Cons to baby shows and baby conventions, turning your Blu-rays into prams.
Well, I might as well do. I was tempted to vlog it, but I don't think people will watch it.
Have you seen Rob's collection? That's probably the best thing you could do is turn it into a pram.
And how's
The
Lee?
problem, I know it's not film related. The problem is, we bought a load of snacks with us, and I can't be asked to leave the hotel room. There's Just Eat. I can go on Just Eat. So I've had 20. What do I have? 27 mini sausage rolls. I've got a sandwich I bought this morning, and I'm like, I've almost done all my supplies for tomorrow. Because when I get there, it's going to be like 90 quid for a hot dog.
I'm very proud that I'm going for dinner.
Well, there'll be lots of pregnant women there, so you'll have plenty to drink.
The funny thing is, like I said to Laura, like, the men are okay, but also I know with Laura being pregnant, when we drove down there, we stopped quite a lot of times, and the queue for the women could be ridiculous because we're full of pregnant people.
That's just because you're driving. That's why she had to keep stopping.
I want you to count the women to men ratio in that place, because I reckon you might be one of the only few.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Is there any
Well,
men about?
Is there any chance there's going to be one stall that sells Blu-rays? No.
It'll be Look Who's Talking and Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Laura's belly's as big as mine, though.
So how's Lee then, mate? How are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm not bad.
Are you looking forward to buying all your steel books off Amazon now? Best Buy, you're pulling out.
Yes and no. Yes, because I won't have to import them. But no, because Amazon, as you know, put them in a cardboard envelope and they sort of frisbee them through your door. That's how Amazon deliver them. So, yeah.
You'll have to get
now he's got a lot of three
dent remover, aren't you?
Do you know, if I don't laugh, do you know I've had 3 copies of Rise of the Beasts? 3.
No.
Every single one's come damaged.
Bloody hell. This is the problem, though, isn't it? This is the problem with what you were saying about, like, if these are limited edition things, the chances of you getting another one, if you order one, the chances of you getting another one are pretty slim.
This is without going off topic, so that's a sore subject at the moment, especially with me. This is why I order 2 steelbooks a lot of the time. Not always. Sometimes if it's one I know is going to be in stock forever, I'll just order one. Yeah. But when I know it's going to sell out, I order 2 because I know the amount of times I've ordered one, it comes damaged, and that's it. You can't replace it. You can't get it returned. You're stuck with a damaged steelbook. So that's my thinking behind ordering 2. Yeah, because you cut down the thing is you shouldn't have to order 2. They should just put it in a bloody proper box in the first place.
Yeah, there's people that dispatch them that potentially don't collect them. It's just a job for them. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you go in CX and you ask for film in the background, and they put it in the case and just about get it in the center room of it. So there's people that don't care about what they're doing.
Yeah, I have a real problem with collectors, though. I've bought stuff off collectors. I won't name any names in the past. Expensive steelbooks as well. I mean, I bought Pan's Labyrinth, which is quite an expensive steelbook. I think it was £70 I paid for it. It was quite a lot. And the guy literally put it in a bubble, like a jiffy bag envelope. That was it, and sent it to me. And
that's quite disappointing, though, isn't it?
But a massive dent in it, and he was like, "It was fine when I sent it." I said, "It probably was, mate, but you put it in a jiffy bag."
I bet it charges £7 postage, right?
This is the thing, like, just for an extra couple of quid. Do you know what I mean? You're going to save yourself a lot of hassle.
I don't know if I've told you guys, but I've really fell out of love with my local CEX because they're just pain in the asses, and they're not fit to work in McDonald's, in my opinion. But they're the same. The way that they put discs in the cases, they're just not interested. It was just, and then you complain when you take it back. Oh, there's a scratch on that. Yeah, you did that when you put it in the case, you mong. But
So I told Rob about a story about CEX a little while ago. You guys would know this anyway. 4K discs are a lot more sensitive than Blu-ray discs. They're a lot more easier to scratch. Yeah. Bought 4K out of CEX about a year ago. I can't remember what film it was now. You know, the guy went to put it in the case. I went, "Can I see the disc, mate?" And he sort of puffed because I asked to look at the disc.
Oh yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't like
Turned
that.
it round and it had like fingerprints all over it. I went, "Any chance you could clean it?" And I'm not joking. He rubbed it on his jumper.
You see, I got criticised for Steve for that. I got
Was it a
absolutely-
microfiber jumper?
No,
You what?
when you were in
Was it a
Chester,
microfiber?
Yeah.
when you were in Chester, though, Steve, it wasn't the fact he was the way he was handling the disc. It was the way that he was handling the J card, peeling the J card off, so we could put the disc inside the steel case. That was the bit that you had. That was the bit that you had to dicky fit in the middle of CX for, because it was like
dicky fit.
See, we went to Chester CX. This is probably about a year ago. It's a massive store in it, but there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's
a bit like your
big
pants.
staircase in the middle.
It's busy downstairs, but upstairs is more like a storeroom type thing for them now. They've torn it off, and it's full of empty boxes. It used to be amazing. CX in Chester, it was worth going to Chester for.
I think with the ones around us, Big Steve, the best one I would say is probably Belval. You've been there. It's a bit of a distance from you, but it tends to have a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, I'm going to Glasgow in November, so I'm looking forward to doing the tour, the 3 they've got up there. So I'm bound to find something that's worthwhile. But the best CX around here is Birkenhead for us. The staff are amazing. The one in Warrington's very hit and miss. It all depends on who you get served by. But the one in Birkenhead, everyone at Ellesmere Port, go up there and get trained by them. Ellesmere, useless.
I sell my stuff privately in Warrington to a guy called Bert sometimes. Probably seen him. Big guy, glasses. Every time I go in there, it's always something he wants. He's into horror and DC, and I take some of my stuff out and he goes mental.
I got a CEX win today, Steve. So I went in because I had a look on the website because I was sort of looking around, and they had some steelbooks come in, and I was like, right, well, I can trade in the old ones, get like a $5 for them, and obviously get these steelbooks. And I had a couple more trade-ins to do as well, so it didn't cost me a lot. But when I was there, I noticed there was a couple of digibooks, and one of them was the Green Knight. It's an A24. Didn't even know it existed, to be honest. But it was. What was it? There we go. It was £6 for the Green Knight on Blu-ray. Anyway, they go to get it, and it's 4K.
That's the result.
Yeah, I was like, no way is that. And I was like, do you realise it's 4K? She was like, to be honest with you, because it's a digibook, I didn't know how to take it in, so I just took it in as a Blu-ray. So I was like, right, fair enough. So yeah, that wasn't one I'd planned to go in for. What I'd gone in for was to get my the Matrix Resurrections on
my
4K.
favourite film.
Yeah, well, this is it. But I've got the box set. I've got the box set of the 4Ks of the first 3. So when I noticed they'd taken some in, I was like, right, I'll go and get it. But I traded the original film in, which gave me a $5 off it anyway, and then I had a bit more trading, so it cost me nothing really. I got that, and I got the 4K of Batman.
Okay.
So you've wasted your money today then. If I remember correctly, didn't something similar happen with your copy of Judge Dredd on Blu-ray? Didn't she take that in as a DVD?
Oh no, they didn't. Yeah, no, they didn't take that. Yeah. So my Judge Dredd one, they don't have it on their system. So she was like, "Well, I can't take it." I was like, "Well, why don't you just put it through as a DVD, and I'll buy it as a DVD?" And they were like, "Yeah, that's fine." So they charged me for a Judge Dredd DVD when it was the Blu-ray of it, because it wasn't one that they did.
Sometimes they say they're going to request a price from head office, which takes like about an hour.
Yeah. So, that was a good one. But yeah, I said to him, I was in the store. I was like, "You've just given me a 4K." She was like, "You are?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I got a CX win out of that one." I was well chuffed.
The CX works both ways. You can either get a bargain
Yeah.
or you get stitched up.
Yeah, I understand that. It swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Yeah. So I had it with the Evil Dead, didn't I, Rob? When I ordered 2 copies of the Evil Dead.
Died.
Yeah, because I ordered the red steelbook, which is the one that's really hard to get hold of. I think it was about 20 quid at the time, 22 quid, something like that. And I think they had 3 in stock, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to order 2 because I know one's going to be ruined and one might be decent. If the other one's ruined, I send it back, keep the decent one. And they sent me 2, and they were different. It was the red one, and it was the variant, the Mondo one, which is really
yes.
yeah. And I was like, so sometimes it does pay off with CEX, but a lot of the time, I've had 4Ks come with Blu-rays in, so
yeah.
Like,
Well, I had the charity shop win, didn't I? I had the Battle Royale massive box set, the DVD one with the 4K disc.
Yeah.
Well, I picked up a copy of what did I pick up off? Forbidden Planet Blu-ray. And I took the disc over to the girl in Warrington, and she was sorting it out, and she went, "Oh, it looks like we might have sold this copy. I haven't got this one, but I've got the one that comes with the DVD. Would you want to pay the £8 instead of the £5 and take the copy of the DVD as well?" And I went, "No, I want the Blu-ray for £5, please.
Yeah.
No, the one for £8 with the 2 discs." "I don't know if I can do that." "Well, you obviously did it the first time round when you sent the wrong disc out to the other box."
Yeah.
And the manager come over and she went, "What's the problem?" And she went, "Well, he wants this one for a £5, but we've only got this one for £8, but he won't pay the £3 difference." And she had the look on, she went, "Oh, he's done it again." So whoever it was has sold the wrong bloody thing a couple of weeks ago. And then she went, "I'll tell you what I'll do, mate. We'll just give you the Blu-ray for a £5 and we'll get rid of the DVD." And she launched it across the store.
Yeah, I do lots of CEX.
But the initial response in CEX is, "Well, you can't have the one for a £5, but I'll sell you the one for £8. No, I want you giving me for a £5 because that's when I got hold of."
Yeah.
You know, in that Warrington, I've seen when I was trading bits in about a week ago, someone traded in Dawn and Day Arrow. You know, the ones with the slip with the picture.
Yeah.
And they ripped the slips up and put in the bin. And as a new guy, I didn't say anything because they're quite desirable.
Winds me up.
Because of that one, that one's
as I said on the
it's desirable, more desirable.
When it comes to but when it comes to the standard cardboard slips, you know, like everyone was going mad for Megan, the cardboard slip for Megan. I was like, what's the point? Surely you've got the film in the case, and that's what's more important. You know, I don't keep the cardboard
that was a meltdown, wasn't it?
Steve said it.
does my head in. I mean, literally, my CEX,
He was having a
my local
proper
CEX
meltdown over that.
Will not throw away those slip covers now because they know I go mad about it.
Well, the first release of the Arrow were the window slips. It's not like a lot of the slips that we said on our stream. They're like dust covers of books. That's all. They don't do anything. If it's different to what's inside, then I think they're a bit more appealing.
Yeah.
So I understand the slips on Best Buys because they add to the artwork of the steelbook. But when it's like, I agree. When it's just a basic slip on a film, I don't see the big. I understand if you're buying a collection, you know, like, and you want them all to match up, and they've all like sometimes they do that. The first 4 have got slips, the next 2 ain't. I get that, but when it's just a slip cover, I don't get it.
So, all right. No. What about a slip on a steelbook?
Yeah, I've got slip steelbooks.
So this cost me a few quid about a week or so ago, but it's a steelbook inside.
Yeah.
See, that's fine. But I've got a Ninja Turtles steelbook at least.
Same one I've got a slip on. Yeah, it's got a slip on it. Yeah.
But the slip is identical to the steelbook that's inside. Yeah. So that I think it protects the steel a little bit, but it's a pointless one, I think. But that one's got different artwork. You said slightly different.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
The thing is, though, Chris, is that when you're stuck for space like me, those slips, the extra 8mm those slips take up per shelf per DVD or Blu-ray, I could get something else in that space. And I just don't keep.
It's true. A millimetre does make a big difference.
I just don't see what the fascination is with people tracing around. Yeah, of course it does.
Right, I know.
But I don't see the point in people tracing around as the CEX HMV trying to find a copy that's got the slipcover on. I just don't understand that when I see people that, this is the fourth shop I've got in, and that's the only shop that's had them on. Just buy the first shop that you saw. If you're tracing them around looking for a different product,
kind of agree with you on that. I don't.
Looking for a piece of cardboard.
Like, while I've got your attention, where do you get these plastic cases for these ones?
I'll send you a link. It's
Will you send me a link? Yeah.
Yeah, Steelbook Central.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the more you order, the cheaper they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can you get them for these ones?
I literally had. Hang on, I'll show you. I literally had this box delivered the other day. As you can see,
there's multiple sizes.
Yeah, your postie loves you.
He hates me. So they do. Yeah, as you can see, they do all the different sizes.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, that's what I need.
But yeah, I'll send you the link from.
Yeah, please, mate. Just while I've got your attention, every millimetre counts. Chris says.
Look at his face. Look, he's like, oh god, plastic protectors on steelbooks. Look.
Oh no, it's like these ones here though. It's like the Doctor Strange one you sent me. These are gorgeous. These I don't want them scratched up.
I can send you the one for them as well. The size for them.
Yeah, please. There you go. See, more space on there taken up, Steve.
Yeah, we can have protectors for action figures. We can have protectors for our figures. You can get graded, or you can get little figure cases.
Now that I'd love to see on Steve's shelf.
The thing is now, though, we're talking about saving millimetres on space on shelves. Steve's now got steel books that have got cardboard slips, then he puts them in plastic condoms. So the protection's like that for a steel book that's like that.
Yeah. When
you've got the ones that are top loaded, when you try and get some of them films out to watch, it takes 10 minutes. You just change your mind.
No, Rob, it takes you 10 minutes, mate.
You've got to try and get the top bit up without splitting it, and then lift the stills up.
It's easy to get out.
It's real world problems right now.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's wars going on in the world, and we're complaining about steelbook.
Hey, wars have been.
I need to ask Little Steve, how's your Marvel steelbook collection coming along? You got them all yet?
No, I've not got anywhere near all of them. I don't even want to suggest that I could get all of them, to be honest with you. I know yours is probably doubled up, but no.
See, people like him give me a bad reputation. Do you hear that? Just yours are doubled up.
Have you not got two different? No, have you not got two different versions of each one? Is it just the Mondos you're collecting?
Up until phase 3, they're just all Mondos.
That's unless you get the rest of them Mondo.
If they make them,
this was the problem. The only ones I have double of, I'll show you.
This 15.
Oh, there you go. Look at that face there.
I watched I don't know if you follow horror stuff. I watched the 3rd episode of Chucky today, and it's got an interesting franchise crossover in it.
Oh, really?
They brought a franchise into it, which is quite intriguing.
These are the only ones. I have these on Mondo.
Yeah.
But I have them on the original Steelbook, which is the 3 Iron Mans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were really hard to get hold of on Mondo. And Ant-Man.
Yeah, I've got that, yeah.
And the lenticular Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That looks cool. Was that an American one?
I think this one is, yeah. But yeah, they're the only ones I have doubles of. The rest are all just single editions. I don't have them on double because I wanted to just keep all the Mondos.
Weren't there a time where Iron Man was like rocking horse to get hold of, like really expensive?
The first one,
yeah,
yeah. The first Mondo one was like well over £100. And I think Rob might remember this story. A woman on Facebook Marketplace, had one for sale. And he shed it out for 40 quid. And I messaged her, and she lived literally about 20 minutes from me, brand new and sealed. And I turned up there, and I give her the 40 quid, and she went to me, oh, by the way, I don't know what it's worth. And I went, sorry? She went, it's my ex-boyfriend. He's moved out. So I got it for 40 quid. So I was, but then it got re-released about 6 months later. They re-released it again, so you could get it for 35 quid, whatever it was. So yeah, some of them go for silly money.
Well, I had that them Assassin's Creed and that statue I got the other week, the Far Cry one. The box that it was in the charity shop, because they let me have a bit of a nosy. There was a load of stuff in there that was like my husband and all this sort of stuff, and I'm like, does he even know that she's getting rid of this stuff, or is it one of those where it's all gone south and she's just like getting rid of this shit?
Women can be bastards. I thought what Laura did to me. She's looking at me now. She used to with my Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
She used to put my figures hostage. She used to make little bags over their heads, and put chains on them and post me pictures at work. And she'll she'll randomly put them around London. I was in the house a couple of days ago, and my dog Loki ran past with my Ash NECA figure in his mouth. She fed him Ash. Ripped into pieces. I put him in the bin. I'm chasing around the garden. To get him back. I should have filmed it, but
Bloody hell!
That's grounds for divorce, isn't it?
It's just thinking that.
Do you know all the Eagle Moss figures? I used to collect them. I used to pay for the fortnightly subscription for the Eagle Moss figures, and I had most of them. And then when I split with the ex, they all got smashed up. And
anything we do is revenge.
Revenge.
Yeah.
The things that we do is only for revenge.
It's just spiteful.
Do you need subtitles?
Yeah.
Spiteful women. That's all it is.
If we ever see a Facebook post of an absolute load of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we'll know what happened.
We know what's happened, yeah.
You see a load of half chewed up Ninja Turtle figures on eBay.
just robbing his car in the video with all these turtles behind him, safe and sound.
However, when she films it and puts it on YouTube, it'll get more than the 30,000 views that Rob's.
I think it's 37,000 now.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it more, Rob.
Yeah.
What? I don't mention it in the public. I don't mention it. In our little private communities. Maybe I'll put it up a few times when it was hitting the numbers. No, it slowed down a bit.
I remember the days when you used to message me in the morning to say how I was, and now it's just 33,000, 34,000. Is that how many calories he's consumed today, or
the title of Rob's Mrs.'s video will be "What Happens When Mutant Fly Meets Golf Club."
Yeah.
What she would do, she would melt them all together into like a. She has threatened me with that.
Never touch another man's turtle.
There you go.
And now we know why he's going down to a convention.
Yeah.
I'm taking her to a lovely convention tomorrow. It's all for her. Obviously, I'm going to have fun. Us.
I was going to say, what do you mean it's for her, Rob? I'm sure you had something to do. Well, I hope you had something to do with it.
I'm gutted. I didn't make it down quick enough to get to CX in time.
Is that what you're doing tomorrow while she's walking around with your bank card?
Oh, we've got many cards tomorrow, haven't we?
Oh, God. It's like I take that the rehab tour. Hey, Sean.
I can't wait to see the pickup video for next week, though.
I did see a really cute baby grow, which was, if you're into Dragon Ball, it was Gohan's. He's got a tail and he's got the ball on his head. But I think my dog would drag him around the garden.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Just dress him as the turtle.
Yeah.
So what have you guys been watching this week?
Go on, Rob. That's pretty much more than me.
Well, I watched Chucky. I've caught up to that. Really not liking the third season. But I think it might end at the end of this. What else have we watched? We're watching. Is it Gen Z? Is it the boys spin-off?
I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah.
It's slow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit slow paced, but it's all right. It's just mainly TV stuff, really.
Yeah, it's just the Gen V sort of like them making the new suits, aren't they? In boys, they tried to do what New Mutants did for X-Men.
And with video games, I didn't realise next week Alan Wake comes out, Alan Wake 2, and if I'm a massive fan of the original, if you played Survival Horror, it's a good franchise.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's digital only, and I'm not buying it. I'm not going to pre-order it unless. No, I'm not. I don't know what it is.
Are you fishing, Rob?
Alan, who?
Was you angling? Was you angling?
Rob's just realised he's been talking out loud there of what he was going to do.
Well, hopefully when I go, it'll already be downloaded.
That's just why Rob's been sitting in his car for the last 6 months, isn't it?
So, yeah. I think that's a craze now, doing YouTube videos in cars. I think that's a new thing.
Yeah, you've set a trend there, haven't you?
I don't know.
I know. That's awesome. That is.
I'm going to wear it as a necklace.
Fashion it into a chain.
I look like Flavor Flav.
I can't believe you took that with you.
I built it here earlier.
10 minutes later, he's like, right, okay, what else are we doing?
I'm wearing it tomorrow.
Got one on display in the house.
I did say AJ, you know, I'm going to send it to AJ.
Walk around with it on display. People might recognise you. So you're that bellend from that channel.
So what have you been watching then, Lee?
I haven't watched much this week. I've had a pretty busy week with other stuff, but I watched.
You've been watching your sugars, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rewatched my Gardens of the Galaxy. I wanted to rewatch it, and I wasn't impressed with it the second time as much as I was the first time. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it the first time, but the second time it just didn't. I don't know.
I wasn't impressed
Quite a
with
few
it the
more
first time
faults
round.
with it.
I didn't like it the first time round. I think the rocket scenes were quite emotional and sort of.
Yeah, they were good. I enjoyed them. They were well done.
The Star-Lord and Gamora stuff was just a waste of time. And Adam Warlock, they've just made him a third-rate character.
Yeah, this is what I said about Adam Warlock. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is what we said on the stream,
They
didn't
made
it?
him a complete idiot as well.
Yeah, the way
thing
they
is,
teased him at
because
the
they
end of
bought
the
him.
first one, the way they teased him at the end of the first one when he was
Yeah.
still in the capsule and everything, and then you didn't hear anything of it, and then they bigged him up right the way through, and it was just like, shit, we haven't actually wrote a part for this kid. How do we get him into the film? Well, there you go. He's the comic relief now, isn't
Yeah,
he?
it's comic relief. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you reckon they'll keep him in the next lot of films? Do you reckon they'll do that? Do you reckon that's it for Guardians? Are they going to do the new team with him in it?
Well, they did say, didn't they? This will be the last time that that Guardians team, as we know it, is going to be in a film together. Because Batista doesn't want to play Drax anymore. He doesn't want to do Drax.
No, yeah.
But doesn't it say at the end of Guardians, like Star-Lord will return?
It says Star-Lord will return, but I think it's just all
It's just going
probably
to be
just him.
Chris Pratt, isn't it? It's not going to be anyone else.
Mm.
But
I'm guessing you've heard the Marvels news that come out.
What's that?
The film's been cut and then cut again, and it's now down to an hour and 22 minutes.
No.
Disney apparently the Disney executives have said, "Can we skate over this film as quick as possible?" Because apparently it's awful. It's one of the worst films they've put out.
Stated on Disney Plus is an hour-long exclusive.
Yeah, that's probably the next thing, isn't it?
The thing is, when I first see the trailer, it looked like a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I never watched Ms. Marvel because the first 10 minutes is like, how she got the rings of power. What's going on here? What's because you don't see them taking him off Shang-Chi. They don't see that happening, do you? So it's just like, what's going on here? Is that how she's got her powers? It's just like you're recycling something from another movie, and then I just he's gone.
So I just tried to add him again. No, there you go.
There you go. So and then the rest of the series just panned for after that, didn't it? It was no one really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's been cut to pieces, the Marvels, and they've canned Daredevil, haven't they?
Yeah. Leo says, "Watch yourself, lads. Disney are trying to silence you."
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, they're after me. They'll send Brie Larson's feet after me.
You have a knock on the, you have a knock on the door. Aha! Mickey Mouse, really bad Mickey Mouse. But
Who's that? I thought it was Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
It was Michael Jackson knocking at my door.
But they must have heard your comments about Ahsoka, mustn't they? You know?
I was really slightly off topic, but I was really I used to work with a guy many years ago who was a huge Michael Jackson fan. And then when I went into work, obviously after he died, he was proper devastated, and he was like, "Oh, did you?" I said, "Yeah, well, everyone's heard. It's all over the news." He said, "It's really sad, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "All them kids crying at the gate." He went, "Yeah, I know." I said, "Don't you think I should let them out now?" And he literally didn't talk to me for about a month.
Oh my god!
Well, when I was a kid, my nan told me I was a big Schwarzenegger fan. She told me he died as a joke. I buried all of my figures in the garden. Yeah, I buried. And I put them down. You know, you got a swing ball. I put them down the hole in the swing ball. So I've never gone back.
Now, Laura, bury all these figures in the garden.
We've got artificial grass, so you can't dig it up.
No, you can. You can. You just find the corner and pull it back.
I've got another one here. Yeah, Rob. What's got 10 legs and's hairy and scares children?
Oh god!
No.
This is where we get
Rob?
cancer.
No, I don't know.
The Jackson 5.
Bloody hell!
I've ruined your stream. I'm off now.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
On that note, just moonwalk off screen.
I've got a little companion with me. Look.
Did you ever not know you think back in the day when you used to play Moonwalk on the Mega Drive and just rescuing kids from the back of the cars as an issues?
Yeah. You just reminded me of a joke the kids told me at trampolining the other week. What does Michael Jackson do on holiday? Ski.
Fucking terrible, honestly.
This stream's gone right downhill. It really has.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is exactly
What
it.
was the other one? What flour do orphans use to make bread? Self-raising. Self-raising.
Yeah, have you heard what noises do gay horses make?
No, go on.
Hey!
No, what do they have to do?
Oh, I've got it wrong. What do gay horses eat? What do gay horses eat?
They're actually getting worse.
That's it. You're going to be shit at dad jokes now, aren't you? That's
know,
what you're
yeah.
going to be known as now.
He's-
Rob
he's-
shit dad jokes.
This is really bad.
My
dad
best
joke.
one is, are we allowed to swear on this stream?
Yeah, go on.
Why has Noddy
No.
got a bell on his hat?
I know this one.
Go on.
Because you're the cunt.
Oh my good God.
It is funny. It is funny. Because it's so
Okay, you ready, Rob? Ready, Rob?
That's from a Ricky
fuck,
Gervais film.
right.
Cemetery Junction. Watch it. It's hilarious.
You ready, Rob? Why do elephants have big... No. Why do elephants...
Why can't a T-Rex clap?
Go on.
Because they're dead.
No. Why do
Do you know what?
elephants
I
have
like the
big
fact
ears?
that their stream was purely movie related.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Come on.
unusual.
Who's got the answer? Why do elephants have big ears?
Go on.
Because Noddy won't pay the ransom. He started it.
That's it.
Anyway,
That's it now.
let's try and get back onto some.
Yeah, let's talk about something more sensible.
Yes. Have you been watching any of the comedy specials on Netflix?
No.
No.
Can't you tell?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, bloody hell. Right, so the wife was looking before, and she come across that they're releasing Chicken Run 2 in December on Netflix. Would you guys looking for that? I know, Steve, it's sort of your type of animated movie.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sort of go to.
It's CGI now, isn't it? Like Flash and White. Not Ard. Is it still Aardman, but CGI?
Yeah.
See, I went to the cinema to see Chicken Run. in Leicester Square. And this is the only film I've ever been to that had a standing ovation at the end. Couldn't believe it.
Really?
It was all right. It was all right, but I was the only one sitting down thinking, what's going on? But that might be a London thing, to be honest. But everyone stood up and clapped at the end.
You weren't at the premiere and just accidentally found a seat, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the oldest one there by about 10
You
years.
thinking it's a London thing and forgot the red carpet
They were
and all the stars sat around you.
They were watching the film. I can't. Can I thought Rob thought he was talking about him?
I think it's a strange one to release because how old the other one is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time, isn't it? The original.
Are they just jumping on the back of these 30-year-old sequels though?
Oh God, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
It's worked for some and not others, hasn't it? So something like that. If you had another Wallace and Gromit movie, then people will go and see it, won't they? If you know, and stuff like that. So are they just jumping on that sort of bandwagon?
Potentially, didn't they used to watch? Was it every Christmas there was a new Wallace and Gromit on TV? Or when they did them, they were like TV specials, weren't they? Barring the Were Rabbit one that was a cinema.
Were Rabbit.
Yeah.
And they done the sheep one, didn't they? Shaun the Sheep. But there must be a market for it. There's much money that's put into it.
There's got to be a market. But again, it leans into that kind of lack of, I don't know, creativity again, isn't it? It's another sequel. It's like something else.
Just want a sequel to Team America. That's it. So what I want.
Yeah, 100%. That's never getting made now.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. That wasn't politically correct when the first one was released. You're never going to get that one through now.
That'll never get made.
No.
Unless you just let AI write the whole script and take the full blame for it. There you go. Move on.
My friend had a really early screener of that. I don't even know what it was. And he sent it to me. And I was like, "What's this?" He went, "Well, you got to watch it." He said, "I was crying last night." I was like, "What is it?" He went, "It's about this." He went, "I can't spoil it." He said, "But it's got puppets in it." And I was like, "Oh, what?" Honestly, I'll put it on. Honestly, that film is hilarious. That film.
Yeah.
Honestly. Well, I hated like Thunderbirds, Kevin Sky and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not going to watch Team America. And then the musical bit at the beginning, I'm in.
Oh, AIDS.
It's when he gets in the limousine and he goes to him, Gary, and he goes, "No, I'm not sucking your cock." And next week, he goes on this big speech about saving the world and needing actors and all this stuff. And then at the end, he goes, "Now suck my cock." It's like, right, that's it. We're in. We know what we're getting.
Brilliant film.
You know, the American one was uncut. You know about the director's cut, didn't you?
Go on.
No.
One that they extended the sex scene.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she drops a brick on his chest. And there's a facial scene. It's like, but that's the only bit they added. And it's like, it's such a random bit to add and call that a director's cut.
Change the whole tone of the scene.
There's no point. It's kind of
Yeah.
No, you'll never get sequels to Team America.
But even that kind of stuff, if you ever seen Meet the Feebles, the Peter Jackson film?
No.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, long time ago.
So that's like an adult version of Muppets.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, Bad Taste, Brain Dead, that genre of, even like Cannibal the Musical, all that stuff needs. I don't know if that will ever come out on physical, like a Peter Jackson box set or the South Park guys box set, because there's some really classics there that they're just lost in time. You can't get them anywhere.
Different world now, mate, aren't it? Humour's changed so much now. So, you got to be careful what you say and who you say it to.
Is humour really humour now, though? I think that's why I like the Netflix specials, because the likes of Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle and people like that are still not. They're not pulling punches on those specials, and they refer to them as specials, and this is the one that I can get away with doing this a year sort of thing. And when you look at some of our stuff, you don't really see Jimmy Carr on the telly anymore doing any of his stand-up or anything like that. And he's more on the panel show now, isn't he? What was he on? I Can See Your Voice, and he's just there for a little bit of comedy, but he doesn't go too risque. and I think people are still too scared to say stuff.
Well, I think In Between is the last thing. In Between is the last of the comedy kind of that we can relate to now. I think it's never going to be like that again.
Do you
Well,
ever
like I said, I had telly on the other day, and an episode of Only Fools and Horses come on, and it was just on in the background. Before it started, the announcer was like, just to let people know there's things in the show that may affect, and I'm like, really?
But
warning you about what's in the show, and I'm like, really?
The early couple of episodes in season 1, he refers to them as like Packies in the corner shop and stuff like that. And that's all it is.
I think the episode I saw was the one with the turbines, the motorcycle with the turbines. It was that one.
Gotcha, yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, this is like racially," and I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah. But I don't know. Have you ever gone back to watch stuff like Bottom and Fawlty Towers?
I was going to say I love Bottom, but that sounds wrong. Yeah, I do love the show. Yeah.
Because you watch Bottom quite a bit, don't you, Steve? You go back
every day.
Really?
Cheers, mate.
So what
have you got? You've got Guest House Pody, don't you?
Yeah.
Bottom's still, I think, one of the. I actually prefer Bottom to the young ones.
Yeah, we do as well.
So what do you think to that late 80s, early 90s type of comedy now? Do you reckon we would get like a remake of that in modern day humour?
No, I don't think you get it. You might get it in a few years' time if things change. I think things are slowly kind of changing back.
Going back to normal.
You wouldn't get it now. 100%, you wouldn't get it now. I mean,
maybe overseas you get the shock treatment with the swearing. So like from The Boys, you get the more shock factor, but nothing like that.
But even with The Boys, though, Homeland is quite particular about what he says and how he says stuff. That his shock factor is that he just hates everybody, not the fact that he hates certain groups or
he's not prejudiced against anybody. He just doesn't like anybody.
He just hates every fucker, doesn't he? And stuff like that. And I think that's the way they've got around it. Is that you've got one or two characters that are just generally way out there that take all the flack off everybody, and then when someone does say something, when what's her name, Starlight or whatever her name is, when she says something out of character, it is a big moment for her to say that. But things with Bottom, every other line was just a dig at someone or some group or something like that. But like I say, it's just a shame that we're never going to see that type of humour.
Yeah, it is. Just one quick question while I've got that. While we're on this subject, I noticed there's a release next month of Blackadder on Blu-ray. Do you think it's overpriced? I do as well, because I've got
50 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got the young ones. I've got Fawlty Towers. There's even a release of some of the specials of Only Fools and Horses I've got. And things like that. But I'm looking at it going, is it really worth 50 quid?
Is that all 5 Blackadders, though?
Yeah. And it'll probably have the Christmas one in as well.
Yeah. Well, you're looking at 50, if you're getting them solely on their own, you're looking at probably £15 to £20 a season, aren't you? Really?
Yeah, but I've got the DVD set there, which was the only way you could get it.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years ago, which has got all the series and all the Christmas ones on, and I think that was about 18 quid.
Yeah.
So is it worth an extra 30 quid for maybe a slight increase in picture quality?
I mean, the thing is that Lou, she really likes Blackadder, and to be honest with you, I do as well, especially the full series.
Blackadder's brilliant.
So it's something. Luckily, it's not a limited edition. Yeah, it's not a limited edition thing that I know of. So you know, I think it is something that we are going to be able to pick up somewhere down the line.
Yeah,
I'm thinking around sort of 35, 40 quid. I'd be happy with that, but 50 quid for me just is a little bit much.
Didn't Red Dwarf come out at 50, and that was only the first 6 or 8 seasons?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on Blu-ray.
The Blu-rays of Red Dwarf are not good at all. They're not much better than
No, but
DVD quality.
They released all the BBC episodes, didn't they, on Blu-ray? But the
Yeah.
last couple of episodes, they like season 9 and 10, they were more like extended TV episodes where they did the.
And when they make the film,
TV movies.
they made the film where they took the laughter out. It didn't feel the same, did it?
No.
See that with stuff like Blackadder, the young ones, that because it's a comedy, the picture quality don't bother me that much.
No.
As long as it's watchable, because it's not like you're watching a science fiction film or an action film. You're watching it for the humour. So the picture, I can deal with it being slightly grainy, and plus it adds a bit of the charm. I think when it's a bit grainy, it looks a bit dated. I no way would I upgrade for 50 quid for Blackadder. It's far too expensive.
Yeah. I just think like we're talking on about things being released nowadays, and like I'm surprised the young one's got a Blu-ray release. To be honest,
Cut though, isn't it?
Hmm.
That's why I'm glad I've got the originals because the Blu-ray one had certain bits cut out of it.
Yeah.
Again, why?
But do you reckon they'd do that with Blackadder?
Oh, they might. They might.
They're not going to openly advertise it, though, are they?
No, they won't let you know. You will have to find out for yourself.
The only way to go around it is looking around the length, and I know it takes a while, but how long the box set is. How many minutes
So
compared
you
to
like
the
looking
DVD?
around the length, Rob?
No.
Okay, good worry there.
You put yourself on that one, mate.
I'm a length specialist.
You're a lens specialist, are you? I just, like you say, I never even twigged that they might have cut that, the young ones.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably what'll happen with, like, if we ever got an Only Fools and Horses box set, though, as well. With all these warnings that they're putting on the TV now. If we ever actually got them on Blu-ray on the full set, they'd probably do the same.
Yeah. Well, like the guy just said in the comments, if you got an upscaler, mine upscales anyway, so it's it's not really much difference, really.
Of course they'll cut it. Didn't they cut one of the Simpsons episodes out? Was it a Jackson one?
I've got it up there. Yeah, I've got it up there.
There was a couple of the episodes on the Only Fools and Horses DVD box set that I picked up for Lana. They've cut the bits where, like I say, the early season 1 where Dell's a little bit more to the bone and calling Rodney names and stuff like that. They cut the swear words out and stuff like that. They cut the scene short, and you get the gist of what he's saying, but he doesn't actually say the word, and it sort of just takes that little bit of a shine off season 1. And then obviously when it took off, he sort of just called him a plonker and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He did cut a little bit close to the bone in the first couple of episodes.
Yeah, I think it's okay for people. Like if you're new to it now and you watch it, I think it's fine. But for people like us that have seen it, and you can spot where they've taken bits out. You can tell where they've cut bits out.
Do you feel like there could be different options? You can change maybe different versions of an episode you can watch. People are a little bit
cut or
Yeah, you can. Do you know if you want to play like a director's cut of a movie or theatrical cut, do you want the full episode or not?
Yeah. And that's what I'm really way forward.
Yeah. The one for me, and every time that I watch a different version of it when it's on TV, is Star Trek Generations. They keep cutting that film and moving stuff around and doing stuff, or it feels like they're moving stuff around. But it's the scene where Data's obviously got his emotion chip in, and when the Enterprise is crashing, he's feeling like fear and excitement all at the same time for the first time, and he just turns around and goes, "Oh shit!" It's on the original version, but every time they do it, that gets shorter and shorter. So you hear him go shh, and it gets cut off, so you get the impression. And now that in some episodes you just see his face and he doesn't actually say anything.
You lose the impact, don't you? Of it.
Well, look how long it took to put the ship back in the original Transformers. The animated movie.
Yeah.
They changed that a few times, didn't they?
It's
I
true.
wonder how long it would take to get onto Transformers.
Oh, we're doing pickups. Are we doing pickups? Are we?
No, I'm just looking at something.
No.
You need to head to Warrington. He's got loads more Transformers in.
I went to Starbase this afternoon because I thought he had a red alert in the loose box, and it wasn't. It was something else. And I picked up Blue Streak the other week,
Yeah.
so I wanted red alert. But I've got the Fall of Cybertron Soundwave, and he's got Laserbeak. So he had these in. So that's Rambat, the cassette.
Okay.
Then I've got
No, they're remaking them games. You know that.
yeah, I've got Frenzy.
Okay.
And I got Rumble. So these are the sets that go in Soundwave's chest, but they open up into little Transformers as well.
That's pretty cool.
They cost me a
The
tenner.
ones everyone loses. Everyone loses the little ones, don't they?
Yeah, these cost me a tenner. You see, so they open the cassettes up and then they go into robots. But yeah, they cost me a tenner for the three of them because, like I say, I've got the Laserbeak down there. But yeah, that was the big thing, wasn't it? Because they were saying that they lost the original prints of the game, so they couldn't remaster them. So Hasbro re-released all the War of Cybertron and Fall for Cybertron figures because they're in Smith's Entertainer and stuff like that. Because, like I say, I've got the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock from the original game.
Yeah.
And that's like 90 quid, but now you can buy them for 25 quid. And it's sort of like devalued the ones that I've already got.
Did you play Armada on PS2?
Yes.
That's amazing. I mean, is it Devastate you fight? Mass and Starscream flies in. That needs a remake.
Yeah.
A remaster.
Guys, I'm sorry to be rude. I'm going to have to pop off for a bit because I've got to do my meds. So
no worries, man. Thank you for chopping on me.
I might be back. I can't promise anything.
Well, don't forget to send me those links before anything happens.
Yeah, I'll send them to you. I'll send you in a bit, mate.
Take care, man.
Cheers, guys. I'll catch you in a bit.
Bye. No, Peter, you've not missed a wheel, and no, it's not been retired. We just haven't done it for a while. I think we need to have a catch up with little Steve and find out what we're going to do in the way of that, because we've both been quite busy as of late, and we've not really had time to watch any films or anything like that. So so yeah, we'll done that. But like I say, from the Transformers games, the Transformers Devastation, that's a great game. The War and Fall of Cybertron, I can't wait for them to remaster them. But like I say, when they re-release the figures, some of the proportions are wrong, compared to the original figures. They've sort of like beefed out Bumblebee, and it was just like the whole point of Bumblebee was that he was a little scout, but now he's this sort of jacked up, bloody
steroids.
Yeah, they did that with the Power of the full Star Wars figures. They made them all like roided up.
Yeah, but it's like to me, Bumblebee is just a bit part character throughout the original series. He was there to be the human companion because originally Hound was going to be Spike's companion, and then you've ended up putting him next to Bumblebee. So it was just like, right, okay. So it was like a second thought, and then a bit part throughout G1 until obviously he gets killed and becomes Goldbug. But then after that. But all of a sudden, Bumblebee's the main star of every franchise that it seems to be in at the moment.
This is why I think it was refreshing to have Mirage in the last one. I didn't really like the film, but it was nice to not have Bumblebee in most of the film. I thought.
I thought, you shithouse, you could have left him dead. You've killed him off. You've made us go through the emotional roller coaster of killing off Bumblebee. You've come through You've brought Mirage in to be that next sort of phase, and then they resurrect Bumblebee and kill Mirage.
They did it with Prime as well, didn't they? Prime didn't die for long, did he?
No. But yeah, there you go, Steve. It just ruined Rise of the Beasts for you.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
However, I can't wait for the new G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah.
If they're going to do G.I. Joe properly, if they've got to do it properly. That third one that they did with The Rock and Bruce Willis was just it was just silly.
I think G.I. Joe was turning like Power Rangers, doing like power suits, I remember.
Yeah,
back in the day.
first one they did, didn't they, with Channing Tatum and what's his
Right, so
face?
let's get off Transformers for a little bit. Have
We
you
were on
seen
G.I. Joe, if you didn't know.
G.I. Joe? Sorry, all right then. Have you actually got round to watching that Totally Killer yet, Steve?
No.
Have you seen it, Rob?
No.
Oh, it's a shame. He's quite good. I think is it
that
an Amazon?
conversation, back to G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Back to G.I. Joe. Carry on.
Go on, Steve. What were you saying?
No, I was just going to say I enjoyed it. I think is it Amazon or is it Netflix? I think might be Netflix.
Mm.
Anyway, I watched it last week. It was quite good. It was a lot of obviously the girl goes back to like the 80s, so there's a lot of 80s stuff in there, which I love watching films with 80s stuff. But it sort of knows what it is, and it uses like things that were sort of socially acceptable then, you know. And you've got this teenage sort of elder teenage girl or whatever going back into the 80s, and the way that people interact with her and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, that's inappropriate. But nobody else gets it apart from it's proper like in your face. Like she gets into a car to have a lift, and there's this woman that's like got a fag on in the car with like the kids in the back and all the rest of it. You know, and
No seatbelts on. You know what I mean?
yeah, that sort of stuff. And it's proper like these things were sort of generally accepted then, and then you've got like a guy that's being massively sort of inappropriate with what he's saying and stuff like that, and you know, and she sort of takes it in a stride, and it's really good. But it was quite a surprise. It's a Blue Mouse that's done it, someone like that.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah,
Juicy did it.
I think it was through Blue Mouse. It was really good. Luke said, "How is everyone today?" Spider-Man 2 gets released tomorrow. The new RoboCop game looks good. Yeah, that does look good. That's proper nostalgia. That is. I'd love to have a go on that RoboCop game.
I think it's too overpowered. A lot of people saying there, like you can't die in that game.
Yeah.
But what you want in it, you want to run around, walk around as RoboCop, just hearing the footsteps.
Yeah, and then just hearing that big gun just rattle off rounds at a time, like.
Yeah.
I just want to see Ed 209 in first person coming towards you. That'd be cool.
I was watching your stream the other night, and I think, especially, I think with like the Resident Evil games, you were going on quite a bit about Resident Evil 4. Now, I don't think I've ever got around to playing that one. The sort of last one I really, really got into was Nemesis. And then after that, it's just been sort of flitting on a few of the games every so often. But by the time I'd finished your stream the other night, I was like, I fancy actually going out and getting number 4 now.
It's cheap. Like, my issue with Resi 3, I didn't like it. I didn't think you spent much time in Raccoon City. And it was like when you met the Nemesis originally back in the day, it was like, do you want to fight him or run off? If you fought him, you got a weapon drop. And that was it. 4. I remember I used to run a game shop, and Famitsu in Japan released a demo of Resi 4. And it was so completely different. You know, you could walk around while shooting. You didn't just stand there and shoot. And it didn't feel like Resident Evil. And it's just, it's almost flawless. It's flawless, to be honest. Definitely worth playing.
Yeah, I was half tempted to go and try and find it somewhere. They've got it on. Is it PS4 or PS5 or something?
Well, you get it on digital download, though, wouldn't you, Steve? Didn't they do like a Resident Evil sort of collection for digital download?
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Even if you played the next gen one, like the Xbox and the PlayStation 5 one, are remakes. But Resi 4 has been out, I think, on every console known to man. Even the original one on PS2, GameCube, and they did a HD one on 360. Are very, very good. It's just the new one makes a perfect game better, if that makes sense.
See, the thing is that if you look at, let's take CEX as an example. You've got PlayStation 5, the remake. It says Resident Evil 4 remake. It's got 40 quid, right? PlayStation 4, Resident Evil 4 remake, 42. So it's dearer on the PlayStation 4.
I'm sure it's a different game. I'm sure it's a different game because obviously I'm sure the 4 was exclusive to next gen, but they did do a remake of Resi 4 on the older gen as well. A remaster, sorry.
You got it for a tenner on PS2.
They're probably more expensive on the PS4, Steve, because they won't make that many copies of it.
Yeah, you got PS4. There's another one on the PlayStation 4 though. You've got PS4. Resident Evil 4 HD.
Hmm.
So
That's the remaster of the GameCube one, which is it's very good. It's good.
it's
Yeah,
not too bad then.
They probably won't that make. Can't get me words out. They probably won't make that many copies for PS4. Chris is saying there's a Killer Clowns game coming out.
Yeah. I've seen a trailer
It,
for
it
it.
won't it won't last long. It's made by it's very similar. They've done the Evil Dead game and Texas Chainsaw. It's a group like some 6-year clans and 6-year people, and you got to survive. It'd be good, but they don't support these games. And
Oh,
who
is
knows
that
about
like
the clans
the
now?
Sonic games? Is it like the
Yeah.
Walking Dead and the Batman?
No,
and
it's
that?
like it's not like Call of Duty. But imagine you get to choose like in Friday Fire if you're a camper or Jason, and you've got to do tasks online to escape the camp, and one of you's Jason. But then if
Right.
6 of us join, 3 of us might be clowns, which we've got to capture the human people, and if whoever wins, like capture the flag almost. But I think the second film's coming soon as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Peter's asking, has anyone saw the trailers for Monarch Legacy of the Monsters? I take it that's to do with the Godzilla and King Kong type thing. Is it a TV series, or is it a movie?
It's a TV show. It looks budget looks pretty good to be honest. Looks you see Zilla in the trailer, a couple of monsters. Looks right.
Is it one of these where it's going to feature more on the human side, and every now and then you'll see a monster just whatever, and then it'll go back
on the TV screen? It'll quickly pan down.
Yeah.
But that's what I liked about the first Godzilla, the remake. You didn't get to see him to the end, and now when you see Godzilla Kong and Mechagodzilla fighting, it's almost like Power Rangers. The size of them, like the later Transformers films. They seem to get smaller, and when they're on a bigger scale, they don't look as big as they should be. When you just see their leg there and stuff, you know what I mean?
Well, they were arguing over the fact that Kong grew 100 foot, didn't he, between Kong Skull Island and Kong versus Godzilla, because he was practically the same size as Godzilla, and Godzilla should really dwarf Kong. But
I know what you're saying.
You know, they were arguing over why is he so tall, and then there was like a throwaway line that all the radiation's making him grow quicker because he's getting older now and all that stuff.
Maybe that's like the Hulk grew bigger when he got angry, didn't
he? Yeah. What's Luke saying here? Call of Duty Black Ops 1's getting a PS5 release. Now, I really enjoy Black Ops.
Yeah, I did as well.
The first Black Ops, and then Black Ops 3 was good as well. But the only thing with Call of Duty now is surely they've done all storylines, all wars, and everything else like that now, and they just rehashing stuff.
They've not done Aliens yet, have they?
Can you imagine?
Space.
They did. Yeah. I remember they were teasing like there's going to be a space one. They did do a space one, did they?
They did do a space one, yeah, and it was shit.
That was Advanced Warfare. One of them had robot suits.
Yeah, that's
when you could start jumping so bloody high and then pretty much flying, I was like, that's it, game over for me on that one.
Yeah, when you've got a sniper that's hovering above the map.
Yeah.
See, my issue, I don't play multiplayer, and obviously when you put a game on, there should be an option to say, do you want to play? They do now, but do you want to just download the single player campaign instead of doing like 150 gig install that takes 3 days?
Yeah.
To do a campaign that lasts 2 hours. Give us the option to say, okay, if you want to play single player, just download this part of the game.
The thing is, what I'd like them to do is bring out consoles where you don't have to then consider external hard drives. It's just, it went ridiculous. I think I remember like one of the first ones, I think was like something like Red Dead Redemption. And then there was Call of Duty as well. That it would just, you could only have them 2 games on your console, and that would be it.
Well, just to go back to Destiny, the last Destiny update I downloaded was like 80 gig.
Madness, isn't it?
Yeah. And
that's why I stopped playing Gears of War. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Halo did that. Halo Infinite, didn't it? They released the multiplayer before they released the single player, and then you had to download the single player separately. But now they've merged the two, so it's just within the same options.
And people kicked off because it was one of the games where when you buy a physical disc, you have to have the internet to play it because there's nothing on that disc. All the disc is, it unlocks the bit to obviously install it. So I guess that's down to piracy, I guess, as well, maybe.
Yeah.
Any of you two tried Dead by Daylight?
Kel's mentioned that in the chat here. If any of you guys played Dead by Daylight, it's a survival game. Or I think that's what you were talking about, Rob, before, where one of you is just the serial killer. And
but they put so much into it now. They put Silent Hills in it. They got Ash Evil Dead in there. It's like the Friday the 13th game. It's the same kind of thing.
So getting that sounds amazing.
But it's all online. You can put bots on to play against them, but then once they turned the servers off for Evil Dead recently, and if you pay that money for that game, they're going to stop it soon. So you've invested that time leveling up, and they can just end it.
Yeah. Well, a few games are like that because I used to play Army of Two and stuff like that, and you know, I've got them digital, I've paid for them for digital. They're there, and I can play the single player, but then you don't get all the interactions and stuff like that. You go to multiplayer and none of it's on the server or anything like that. The Transformers games are the same for the Cybertron. You can play through the missions, but you can't play online. And there's bits where it loads and it's just like, right, that's where it would have gone to the online bit for it to pull through, and it doesn't pull through.
Shame, innit? All you're paying for is the license. They can just take it away. It's like digital games. I remember that back on Xbox Arcade, they put stuff like Double Dragon, Simpsons Arcade, Turtles Original Arcade. They've been taken off the store now. You can potentially re-download them on your hard drive, but if you can't read that, you can't get them anymore.
No.
Wow.
You're paying just for the licensing fee to unlock that, and that's the same as physical media. Everyone, like with all their digital code stuff like that, all their primes, they can take these things off these streaming sites, so nothing beats physical.
Did you play that? The new Turtles game, that Shredder's Revenge. Did you play that on Xbox? What did you think of that?
Yeah, I really liked it. I finished it with all the characters, and there's a DLC for it as well, which is really good.
Is it?
It's good.
I've got the Turtles collection thing on the Switch. I think that was
finally finishing the original NES Turtles game.
Yeah,
which is one of the hardest games I've ever made. But there's a lot on there. But the Shredder's Revenge is only available on its own. It's I think it's 15 quid in Smiths at the moment.
Really?
It's free on Xbox Live, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. Like I say, it was like a throwback to like the original games and sort of mixed between the original game and Streets of Rage for me.
Yeah,
like, you sort of went for that sort of tone, didn't they? But I got one of those mini NES things, and it had the original Turtles on that, and that was quite good fun. Going back on that.
I remember going swimming with school, and they used to always have the Turtles arcade machine there. And you could hear it as you walked into the swimming pool with the theme tune playing, the 4 controllers around it. And it never come out on console. It never come out. And obviously they released it on the Xbox, and they put in on the Mega Drive it was Hyperstone Heist. I think on the SNES it was Turtles in Time. So they're all very similar games, similar levels with different bosses.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Neil's asking, have you ever played Beats of Rage? No.
I've heard of it.
No. I did used to love the Streets of Rage series. The first one was just brilliant. The second one was okay, and the third one picked it back up again. But they did make a Streets of Rage 4 recently.
Yeah, next gen, yeah.
Yeah.
It's free on Game Pass.
Yeah. That's the one for me. I used to play as a kid.
Is that Fall of the Foot Clan? Or is it?
It's back from the sewers, Turtles 2.
Yeah.
Many hours on that one.
That's on the collection. That's on the Cowabunga collection.
That was
but playing that stretch on your TV don't look the best.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
So where do you sit with like arcade machines in your house? Because I've always wanted to build an arcade, cabinet, and then put the 32-inch telly in the cabinet,
With a
and then
pie
have
in it.
like
I
a
think with
Raspberry
pie in
Pi
it.
or a mini SNES or something connected to it.
We built one. We built one in the game shop back in the day because when we was growing up, we had arcades.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. So we bought a jammer board and we built a Street Fighter 2 arcade machine, oversized it at the front of the store. We charged 20p a go, and obviously we built the cabinet, and people were just banging money into it. And it's like you can buy these one-up machines. You've seen the one-up machines at Smiths.
Yeah.
You can get Raspberry.
I know you can buy them, but I've always wanted to have a go building one because, like you say, I've got the spare 32-inch telly in here that I can put in it and stuff like that, and put a mini SNES in, and I could have it in here. Still have it as a TV and whatever else. And
Putting your console in or an Xbox is great. I wouldn't build a proper arcade machine like with the proper boards because you can touch that and you get electrocuted. It's like the cables are so bad. But even you can get measurements and build it out of wood, and get wire your controllers into arcade sticks and put a mini SNES or something.
I wasn't going to. Use like a Raspberry Pi or one of those mini SNES.
Yeah, well.
Like 6,000 games built into it or something, and then use the controllers from them. Yeah, but that'll be the way to do it. And then I just build it to the same height as what I've got here, and then I can use that as the TV and whatever else and the arcade machines, and then I've not lost any space.
Cool.
But
the space for the cabinet.
Originally I wanted to do it when we get the conservatory because we're building a conservatory, and I was going to get my pool tables going in there, the bars going in there, and I was going to put the gaming cabinet in there as well. That was the plan.
So you can get these Pandora. You can buy these Pandora. They do them in cash sometimes. Pandora arcade sticks, which are HDMI, double joysticks that have got 10,000 games on.
Yeah, they usually got like the Street Fighter sort of graphics over the top of them, haven't they?
It's got I used to have one. It's got like the AVP game. It's got the RoboCop arcade game, RoboCop versus Terminator. Everything you need is on that, and you can set it to your favourites and just keep playing 10 you wanted. So and you can that probably be easier to fit into a cabinet because you've already got the arcade bit there. All you're doing is building the frame for it and putting the TV on. You ain't got to rewire anything.
That's so true. the next time little Steve comes around, he'll have something to do when I've gone to bed early instead of putting musicals around my room.
Well, you can do a musical graphic. You can do a grease graphic around the outside of it, can't you?
No, that would be amazing. The like a 32-bit audio of The Greatest Showman.
Do it pink.
Now that does my head when Chris plays that on whatnot because I'm sure he turns the volume up.
It's a conspiracy.
I'm going to have to make a move. I'm getting funny looks now, so I'm going to have to
go. Have a lovely time tomorrow, guys.
I will do. Speak soon.
All right, mate. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, bloody hell. There you go. Switch us round, Steve, because this is weird. There we go.
There you go. Oh. So, what do we talk about?
I don't know. It's sort of covered that, hasn't it? No, I was watching. What did I watch this week? I watched that. There's a new series that I want to watch actually with Stephen Graham in it. I think that's I want to say BBC iPlayer or something. Because obviously I've watched the Boiling Point one, but there's another one where he plays like I want to say like a time traveling detective or something. There's murders that have happened all in these the same murder in different generation, different time. It's not like Doctor Strange or anything. It's in different like the 80s, 70s, and that sort of thing. I think that looks quite interesting. I want to watch that, but I was just trying to think what it was I watched. Oh, I put it on Facebook yesterday. We sat down and I finally watched Super Mario Brothers. I've had it.
What did you think?
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I think it wasn't terrible.
But it wasn't great either, was it?
No, but like I say, it'll always be the one that Leo sat through and didn't move once. You know, but yeah, he. I mean, I accept it for what it is. It's an animated, what if you want to call it animated Super Mario Brothers movie, really. You know, but I didn't go in with any real expectations because I'd heard that it wasn't that great. You know, and it wasn't really for me. It was for him.
Lana went to watch that, Pete, last week, and she said that you could probably call it another exorcism of whatever and not call it The Exorcist, not call it Exorcist 2, because the links to the first one was very sparse and very sort of like
What, the new
out
one you're talking about?
there.
I was going to say because The Exorcist 2 is not, that's not new.
The one that's in the picture?
No, this one that Peter's going on about.
Oh, right, okay. The new one that's in the picture.
Yeah, no.
You went to see. As you can see, I'm not really a horror fan. I don't know. That's not that one. But yeah, she went to see the new one in the cinema, and she said it could have just been any sort of demon exorcism movie because the links to the first one weren't brilliant or something over.
Well, this is the thing is, so but if you put it out there as something else, then it's not going to have the same sort of hype, is it? Really, that's the thing.
It's like the Nun 2, though. The Nun 2, you've got to have watched the Nun, so you understand who the main characters are because it's a continuation from the Nun.
Yeah,
and then you sort of forget it's part of the Conjuring series until at the end where she calls Lorraine. And then all of a sudden you're like, all right, okay, that's the phone call she gets to come and do the exorcism of
right
in the first film. But they already refer back to the exorcism at the end of the first Nun. So it's like, what's going on here? Because you've already expelled the demon. Is Frenchie caught back up again later on in another film? And then this was meant to be the last one, but then they set up another movie. They set up the Nun 3. So you're like, right, okay, so we know Frenchie's going to get possessed again. So, what have you doing there?
Oh, it's just something the Ring video. I was just making sure Lou was back because she popped out to the shop earlier. But my tea has not arrived yet. So, hey, Porkies, 1978. Yeah. The Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins. Is it really? That doesn't surprise me. That's always going to be my first Mario Brothers movie. That, to be fair, although I don't know why at the time I never questioned any of the characters really, because
I have got it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I have as well. Yeah. The thing is that some of these older movies, some of them, it depends if they're remastered, then they look awesome, but a lot of them just being chucked out on 4K.
On 4K discs.
They just end up looking more grainy than they did before. You know, and there's so many of these movies being released at the minute, so many of them, you know, and there's a couple of them I've got my eye on, but I don't know if obviously with them being limited edition releases and stuff like that. I was having a look because like The Fugitive was one of the first movies I think I went and saw at the cinemas that was a 12, if I remember rightly at the time, and obviously they're bringing out if they have already or it's coming out very very soon, the Steelbook 4K edition, but they're also bringing out just a normal 4K.
Yeah,
you know, but I'm going to sort of hold reservation until I see what the sort of feedback is online about the quality of the picture, because I love that movie.
So is physical media dead, or is it just being very selective about how it's running going forward?
I don't even think it's selective. I think, well, I think they've cottoned on to the fact that you can chuck out a 40-50 quid steelbook of a 4K and people will buy it, and they'll buy it even more if you make it limited edition, at least initially. But But no, I don't think it is. I think it's still trucking along. The Oppenheimer Steelbooks looks nice. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. But I mean, it's like I picked up and I've sat down today and I've been watching Alita Battle Angel on 4K. And
I
obviously,
enjoyed the Battle Angel. I
I
can't wait
love
for
that
the
movie.
second one.
But you know, obviously, with it being quite a modern movie, it looks amazing on 4K. Absolutely amazing.
It's not Frenzy and Rumble. It's Frenzy and Ravage.
Ah, right, I see.
And that's Rambat. Sorry. Yeah, I really enjoyed Alita Battle Angel. They are making a second one, or they are supposed to be making a second one, but it's another one of those we'll wait for the CGI to catch up with us so we can do it properly. And it's just like, but the first one looks so good. Why are you worrying about the CGI?
It's so sharp. Honestly, it's beautiful. I mean, I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. I really want to see that movie.
I have not seen Oppenheimer yet. I just didn't want to buy into this. You've got to go and watch Barbie as well. Bullshit.
We all know you watch Barbie as well, so let's not pretend.
No, I haven't watched Barbie.
Yeah.
I haven't.
We all know you're dying to watch it. Yeah, and this, Peter said, problem with physical media is availability. We have no stores where that sell them now, apart from CEX. You see, the thing is the CEX is it's definitely my go-to when it comes to just picking up something that's you know, if I've got a voucher or something that I just see on that I probably missed out on the first time around. But the thing is now we've got so much availability when it comes to ordering online. You know, these stores, I think these stores would pretty much struggle. I mean, I've watched a bit like Best Buy, really. I've watched like my local Asda, Morrison's, all those sort of places, like really slim down what they have in there.
Oh yeah, our local Asda's only got about 5 films to pick from now.
No, unless you're buying like the Disney DVDs that have got this special slip cover on them, you know, sort of something like that.
Yeah,
you know, they don't they don't have a lot in. You might get like one wrestling DVD, a couple of like Steptoe and Son on box set, and I got the Monsters from there. You know, but they're sort of the chart side of it, and then that's the other thing as well is that they'll have like 2 copies out of something, and it's like if it's gone, then you ask them like, no, we haven't got it. Like you've literally had about 3 copies in, you know. So I would rather, unless I'm in there and it's something I hadn't noticed that they were selling, you know, I'd rather go and just order it from Amazon or somewhere like that, you know. On my purchase, yeah, exactly, Peter. Amazon or HMV. I mean, I don't have a local HMV, but when I do go to like Lincoln or Nottingham or anywhere like that, I try and jump in there. Yeah, all right with you, yeah.
And then you spend 3 hours in there because we can't get you out of the bloody shop.
Yeah, like that, yeah. You know, I'll try and go in there and pick up a few bits. But I think even they're struggling. I reckon HMV. You know, I would imagine there's people go in there and there's certain titles that aren't in there when they should be. And
the thing with HMV, right? I was in there the other day, and Peter says he means online.
Yeah, I know.
I was in HMV the other day in Manchester, and I was having a look at my Attack on Titans, and the price of the Attack on Titan season 1's gone from like being 15 quid back to 32 quid, right? So it's just like, unless they've really shot up in price, then every season of Attack on Titan's 30 quid. You then walk around and you see the complete box set of Star Trek The Next Generation, and you want 80 quid for that. And you're like, right, okay. And then you see another box set for something else. And I picked up the Battlestar Galactica box set in CEX for a tenner, but it was 30 quid in HMV.
Yeah.
So they priced me out of buying physical media in HMV. the figures look like they've been there for 12 months because they've got dust on the top of them and no one's bothered to clean them or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then, so to me, unless you're wanting to buy some Japanese candy or American soda, that's the only reason why you go into HMV these days.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is it. I mean, it's like the Funko Pops and stuff like that. You know, a lot of those have taken a lot more shelf space, haven't they? You know, or it's basically Forbidden Planet inside of HMV.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
even the Funko Pops aren't new Funko Pops.
no.
You know, you might get the odd new one when there's like a new movie release. We were talking on the phone this afternoon about the Star Wars one with the background for
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Those type of ones are making an insurgence in there now because they're like movie related ones and stuff like that. But again, I don't know why I'll be buying a Jurassic Park Funko with the picture on the back and of the gates and whatever when the Funko is only about that big.
Yeah, I think it's one dinosaur attacking another in it, but it's so small in comparison to the actual picture itself.
Yeah, if you give us an oversized one with the picture at the back or shorten the picture to make the dinosaur look bigger, then it will be great. But it's not. I like to say the Star Wars ones are the same. You've got that great big title card behind you, but the pop's about that big.
Yeah, that's for people with unlimited space, honestly.
Yeah.
Peter said he picked up the Poltergeist trilogy in Southampton HMV on Monday. I've only ever seen the first one. I've never really delved into any of the others.
Peter's saying that his HMV's turned into a Poundland. Speaking of Poundland, our local Wilco's closed on Friday and it was opened at Poundland on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was mad. You know, it was like a dead quick. It was a dead quick turnaround. It was like, bloody hell, where's that come from? So I don't know if they got rid of all the stock that was in Wilco's or just banged it into Poundland. You know,
does that mean anything you find that's Wilco's now is technically like rare?
Yeah, that's it. You know. Speaking of rare, we were talking about the Funko Pops and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know these limited edition pop sodas? Because you seem to have gone pop soda mad at the moment, haven't you? Are you planning on displaying any of them?
Well, this is what I'd said in the video. I'm not 100% sure, because the thing is that I like the cans as they are, but ultimately the figures are so good in them. You know, I mean, that for me, that new one for me is by far the best figure I've in regards to Funko. You know, the detail on that is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, but that even the sodas they're really, really good. And I look at that compared to sort of some of these, you know, it's like the big one, you know, as an example, you've got the keyboard down there, but that could be anybody really.
Yeah.
You know, whereas these, because they're in a smaller proportion, the sodas seem to be really nice detailed figures.
Because I display my soda with the figure stood on top of the can. So
that's not a bad idea.
You've got the can and then you've got the figure on top.
You know, but like I said, it's just the amount of detail that's gone into Rocket there. You know, it's really cool. But yeah, put them on top.
Yeah, put them on. Put the lid back on it, and then put them on
obviously.
Top.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way of doing it. Really.
Yeah.
At the minute. But yeah, it seems to be something that I've sort of got into. I'm going to try and just get the ones that I actually want now, I think, because I've got a few of them that were just sort of impulse buys. But yeah, they are pretty cool. They've definitely upped the game when it comes to these. I would imagine these probably start at about a tenner, aren't they? Something along that sort of lines.
Yeah, I don't think I paid that for my Johnny Rico. I got mine in Cash Generators in Warrington.
Did you really?
Yeah, I think
I've
it's like
never.
a fiver.
Well, we don't have a local cash generators, but
Hmm.
well, apart from Newark, maybe.
Yeah.
But no, I've never seen them. I've never seen them out in the wild.
Yeah. But
But yeah,
we're off to Runcorn Car Boot in November, so I'll keep an eye out for some more.
is there going to be a car boot in November?
Yeah, it's indoor.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we're going with Chris and Bell again, so
I see how it is.
I'm gonna have to go and snipe all the good stuff before Chris sees it again, like he did last time.
What I would do is I'd literally just follow him around, and then the second you get to a table, just take what's in front of him.
No, to be honest, I got all the bits that he would have picked up apart from that Spider-Man that you spent
Yeah,
20
paid a
quid on.
fortune on. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for that.
Because I and ahed about buying it for a £5, and then Lana, because I thought Lana would kill me because of the size of it, and then by the time I went and got her to show it again, it was in Chris's bag when I come back up. So you bastard.
Yeah, well, you got quite a bit from there, so you definitely dropped the ball.
I didn't drop the ball. I just wasn't buying as
'Cause
much. He was sort of bundling a lot of stuff up, wasn't he? And I was being a bit picky about what I wanted. But I got.
Is that 'cause you had the convertible?
No. We were in Chris's car.
Oh, of course, yeah, you got a lift, didn't you?
Chris come to pick us up.
Oh yeah, taxi service.
I picked up all the Ghostbuster stuff, and I picked up the Jurassic Park Jeep with the net and stuff like that, and a few of the other bits. That's why I put in the car in the video, wasn't it? Car boot who?
yeah, exactly.
Starship Troopers available on 4K as an input. Do you know I've now got a 4K TV, so I am looking for a 4K to play to see what all the fuss is about. But I didn't play. I had your two, and I didn't play them, Steve, because they were. I thought, you know what? I'll open it and I'll watch Batman and I'll see what it's like. But I could have done that, but I didn't.
The thing is that I would say your probably best bet is to look at more of a modern movie at first, because obviously it's you don't want to go into one and then go absolutely it's so grainy because it's old. I mean, I'm hoping they're all right, but I would imagine they're going to be quite grainy films, to be honest. You know, but yeah, like I say, that Alita, I think the Alita is probably about £8 at CEX in 4K, and it is amazing. It's a really good picture quality. But I'd try something new, more modern first before you start delving into older stuff. Because we've had this conversation before where you're like, do I tell the difference between Blu-ray and DVD? I remember that conversation a while back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm over rushed to change my Blu-rays to 4Ks.
No, not at all.
I don't think I'm going to jump down that rabbit hole.
The thing is that once I start getting like a movie series in 4K, then I have to get them all in 4K.
Yeah.
And that's slowly what I'm trying to do with Star Wars. I got The Last Jedi from a voucher. But I've got Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, and Star Wars, the original one, in 4K now. So I'm gradually getting them. A New Hope. Yeah, sorry, yeah. But eventually that'll probably render my Skywalker saga redundant.
Have I still got a Skywalker saga? Can I get rid of my Skywalker saga?
I didn't know you had Skywalker saga.
No, I must have got rid of it.
Fair enough.
Did I get rid of my Star Wars? Yeah, it must have done. It's not there now. Shows how often I go for it that I can't. I must trade it in.
Yeah, true. Right, it's coming up to 9 o'clock, my friend.
However, I did buy all those cartoon box sets, and I haven't even put one of them on yet.
I'm so annoyed you've got them. The X-Men ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucker. Do not go and trade them in.
I was like, oh, go on then. Yeah, I'll have them. Where were we when we picked them up? Was it Altrincham?
Somewhere like that, yeah.
Yeah, it must have been Altrincham, yeah, when I picked them up.
Yeah.
Because I was with Mike and Mel, wasn't I? And the bloke kept jumping in. No, it was Widnes. We went to Widnes on the way back from Warrington.
Mm.
We picked him up in Widnes because there was a bloke. Everything I went to pick up, he picked up. So
Like
I went
directly behind you.
Yeah. So I went and deliberately picked something else up, and then went back and picked up the X-Men box.
Just to throw him off.
Yeah, fuck off, dickhead, and I'm having them. Yeah. Well, right, ladies and gents, we are getting on for 9 o'clock. Actually, we're past 9 o'clock now. So thank you for joining us on this week's of Movie Chats. We will get back to some sort of normality with some of the movie news, etc., and all that good stuff that we are normally known for. It's just been a bit of a manic couple of weeks for both of us, and we just haven't had time to do anything. So thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We'll see you on the next one. Now keep your eyes out for some pre-recorded videos, etc., coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Take care, guys. Bye.